How do you get more energy and focus? I mean, it's the question that drives so many of us, right? But what if I told you the answer lies in a hormone we've all been taught to fight? Let's get into the surprising truth about our body's internal clock.
So, does this sound familiar? You get what feels like a decent night's sleep, you've got your coffee, you're trying to do all the right things, but you still just feel drained, you're unfocused, and something just feels off. And what's the usual suspect? Stress, of course. We're told constantly, lower your stress, fight that nasty stress hormone. But here's the twist. What if that very hormone isn't the villain at all? What if it's actually the key to unlocking the exact energy and focus you've been looking for? Yup, we are talking about cortisol. So first things first, let's completely reframe how you think about this supposed public enemy number one. This is the story we've all been sold, right? Cortisol is this big, bad wolf responsible for everything from weight gain to burnout, and the goal is always to crush it, lower it, get rid of it. But that's only half the story, and honestly, it's the less important half. So what's the real story? Well, it turns out cortisol isn't just about stress levels, it's all about timing. See, it has a rhythm, and when you learn how to work with that rhythm, absolutely everything changes. Okay, here is the single most important reframe. Cortisol is not fundamentally a stress hormone. It is your alertness and energy hormone. Its main job is to wake you up, get your energy flowing, and sharpen your focus so you can take on the day. I want you to think of it like this. That healthy spike of cortisol you're supposed to get in the morning, that's the starting gun for the race of your day. It fires once, nice and loud and early, and it tells every system in your body, all right, it's go time. Okay, now check this out. This is what a healthy rhythm is supposed to look like. You want a big, sharp peak within the first hour of waking up. That peak is what gives you that awesome morning energy. Then it should slowly and gradually come down throughout the day, hitting its absolute lowest point, the trough, right before you go to sleep. That peak and that trough, they are absolutely non-negotiable if you want to feel good. But what happens when that starting gun misfires or it goes off at the wrong time? Well, that's when you fall into a trap that I'm willing to bet a lot of us know way too well. You know this feeling, don't you? You're literally dragging yourself through the morning, chugging caffeine just to feel human. Then, just when you should be winding down in the afternoon, bam, a wave of anxious, jittery energy. And then at night, your body is exhausted, but your mind is running a freaking marathon. Does that sound at all familiar? And this lays it out perfectly. It's a tale of two different days. When your cortisol rhythm is on point, high in the morning, low at night, you feel fantastic. You got energy, you're focused, you're resilient. But when that rhythm is all chaotic, maybe it's flat in the morning and then spikes in the evening, you get the exact opposite. You get that grogginess, that anxiety, and that awful feeling of being wired but tired. See, the problem isn't the cortisol itself, it's the chaotic timing. Okay, so how in the world do we fix this chaos? Well, the good news is it's actually way simpler than you think. You don't need some complicated, life-altering overhaul. You just need to find your single greatest point of leverage. And right here, this is it. This is probably the single most important takeaway from this whole thing. The secret to resetting your body's clock, to getting your energy back, it all lies in mastering two very specific times of day. The very first hour after you wake up and the last hour before you go to sleep. The bookends. So what's step one? It's all about light. Sometime within that first hour of waking up, you need to get outside and get 10 to 30 minutes of natural sunlight in your eyes. Now, this isn't about getting a tan or feeling the warmth. It's about the photons of light hitting your retinas. That is the signal that tells your brain, okay, fire the starting gun, and it anchors your circadian rhythm for the entire day. And yep, even a cloudy, overcast day is more than powerful enough to do the trick. All right, now for that other bookend, your evening. And here, you basically do the exact opposite. In the last couple of hours before bed, you want to avoid bright lights, especially bright overhead lights. See, that kind of light at night totally tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. It keeps your cortisol high and it crushes your body's production of the sleep hormone melatonin. So dim those lights. Send a clear, unmistakable signal to your body that it's time to power down. But what if you do all that and your mind is still racing when you hit the pillow? Okay, here are a few really quick science-backed tools you can use right in the moment. First, the physiological sigh. It's 2 quick inhales through your nose, followed by 1 long, slow exhale through your mouth. It's one of the fastest known ways to slam the brakes on your nervous system. You can also try doing slow, side-to-side eye movements with your eyes closed. This helps quiet down the alertness centers in your brain. So you see, it really all boils down to this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. You don't have to perfectly manage every single minute of your day. Just focus your efforts on those critical bookends. Master your morning light and your evening darkness. That right there is your highest point of leverage for changing everything.
So the real question now is, what are you going to do with this information? Look, don't try to change everything all at once. Just ask yourself, what is one small thing, just one, that you can commit to doing in your first hour tomorrow morning to start setting that cortisol clock right?